good afternoon or evening, wherever you're coming in from. My name's Narelle Walk-On and I live in Queensland, Australia. Thank you for joining in. If you see this video later on down the track, welcome and thank you so much for following me and my story into carnivore. Well, you know what? It's been almost 6 months. I'm a week away from being 6 months, which is really exciting for me because the journey into carnivore and then the journey through the months coming on, it really is exciting in some ways, but also you ride this little bit of an emotional roller coaster. So I want to share a little bit about that today. I think it's important when we share our stories that we, be real about these things. Nobody wants to listen to somebody who's fake or trying to pretend to be something that they're not. So I come to you very raw and real. The journey into carnivore was really something that I had been researching and looking at. A couple of friends of mine had done it over in the States. They were large guys and they have lost an enormous amount of weight. And it wasn't that I needed to lose weight, but I was starting to look at it for just for health. Just for health. Are you sort of sick and tired of being sick and tired, or are you sick of going to the doctors and getting stuff, which doesn't really help in the end? So I wasn't really sick and tired, but I was sick and tired of using insulin and having to take a tablet that controlled, my life in a sense. Like morning and night, you had to take your insulin with you. You got to keep it cold. If you're traveling anywhere, you've got to take it with you. You have insulin pens, they are needles, everything has to do with or evolve around, what you have to live your life as. And one of those things, I suppose, is the fact that I wanted to change that. I'm going into an older age. I'm 63 years old. I feel that it's time for me to take back that. I've had open heart surgery. I had a triple bypass back in 2015. Yes, it scared the crapper out of me. Yes, it was very scary and it was very painful. And I would never ever wish that on anybody, that pain. I suffered a frozen shoulder afterwards, which I still have today. It's not too bad, but with these big trauma type operations comes a sense of anxiety, and anxiety can be one of those things that you can do things about, and sometimes you can't. Sometimes they come out of nowhere for no apparent reason. But anyway, back to my journey. So I wanted to get rid of the insulin. I wanted to get off and reverse my diabetes, my type 2 diabetes. I wanted to reverse it. And like I said, I've done a lot of research over the years, particularly having open heart surgery, particularly having, certain things in my life. And I got to the point where I said, enough is enough, And the thing is, it's like, I thought about, the journey forward as I go forward. What am I going to do in my life? What is it that I can do? And do I want to be controlled by insulin and tablets for the rest of my life? Because that's what the doctors have you thinking, that it can't be reversed. You have to lower your cholesterol down to almost nothing. And they don't really go into what I would call the information enough and research enough about health and about how this is going to happen. How can you do this? How can you do it naturally? And look into those things. So that's my big thing about doctors, and that's okay. That's my opinion. Your opinion is yours. But I want to say that along this journey, if you can have people that support you through this, those who stand with you, but have a look at your research. Remember, when you start, you usually have a reason. Like I said, my reason was because I wanted to reverse my type 2 diabetes. Now, in the beginning, I was taking 11 units of insulin, which was mine is a slow release 25/75. And I was taking 11 units in the morning, 21 units at night. I was a fairly well controlled diabetic. And you would think, well, that's okay. Then you're happy, you're well controlled. But I don't want to do insulin anymore, and I really just don't want to take any of those tablets. So I am now down after nearly 6 months. Yes, I've lost a little bit of weight, over 7 kilos now. It doesn't really worry me about the weight because I'm happy with who I am. The older you get, sometimes it's better to carry a little bit more weight, because sometimes you can get quite saggy in the face. So, so what am I doing now? Okay, so I take, look, I'm almost down to the point of having not having to take insulin every day. Yesterday I didn't take it. The day before I had a little bit. The day before I didn't have any. You know, so it's a bit of a testing my blood's glucose every day, finger pricks, so many times a day, just to see how I'm going with this way of eating. Excuse me. So now I'm down to not too much insulin, or if none per day, and I'm down to a quarter or a half of the tablets that I have to take. So those tablets are 1,000 milligrams. Met is the one that I take, and sorry, I just need to cough again. The throat gets a little bit dry. Anyway, like I said, I was taking 2 by 1,000 milligrams twice a day, and I'm now down to just taking a quarter to a half once a day. Now, that is pretty incredible, don't you think? Is there anybody out there that thinks that, you know, that is there anybody out there who thinks that they would like to try something, I suppose, that maybe not have been an option before? You know, if you can improve your diabetes, and guess what? There's a high percentage out there that are being prescribed every day, or being, you know, the doctors coming out and saying that pre-diabetic is one of those things that's happening a very high percentage. And a lot of that comes from the foods we eat. So the foods we're eating, we're eating fried foods. Many people are going for takeaways because they're too tired to cook at night. They don't want to have to worry about grocery shopping, and you don't want to sort of think, what am I going to do? I cook different from me to everybody else. You know, there's a lot of things that go on in our lives, evolved around emotions and what we eat. Now, like I said, a lot of those things are not good. Now, carnivore is a little bit scary. When you first look at it, you think, oh my God, okay, bacon and eggs, I'll just eat that for the rest of my life. But it, as much as what that sounds good, and to a lot it is, there are a few options that you can do. One of the main things is to keep your high protein, low carbs, and I always suggest go on Carnivore first if you're not willing to make such a big jump into carnivore. So when you go Carnivore, there it's basically low carbs, and there's many sites out there. If you sort of look at YouTube itself, there are many doctors and many people out there, and I'm bringing you my side of my story because I think that there is a story within me that needs to be shared with you, because sometimes we resonate with different people, and sometimes the people that we listen to or are told to listen to, we don't always resonate with that person. So yeah, so what I'm saying is, you know, what would it take you to want to try something different? How many times in life have you tried to make money online? How many times have you tried different diets? I remember a diet I tried when I was younger called the Hollywood diet, and I had to eat the same fruit each day. So when I got to kiwi fruit, and everybody goes, oh yeah, I love kiwi fruit, you find that after eating it all day, you don't like it anymore. And I haven't eaten a kiwi fruit since then. The same with, you know, there's watermelon all day, or there's bananas all day, or there's pineapple all day. That's not really good, but you try it because you think, wow, this, you know, somebody's supporting it. There might be a movie star, there might be a celebrity, sporting celebrity that says, hey, I tried this and it worked for me. And there are some diets in this world that do work, and you can lose a lot of weight. But the thing is, most of the time when you go back to eating the way you used to, right? If you don't change those habits, because it is a diet, and emphasis on the die, because you're going to die if you don't have the things that you used to. Now, going on carnivore, it means that you are eating high protein. High protein for me is red meat, bacon. I have some fish, I have a little bit of chicken, but mainly red meat. And there's different cuts you can have. Last night it was lamb. I have pork occasionally. And for those who don't eat pork, there are still plenty of options out there. I'm not a big mince eater, or ground beef or mince meat, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what it is about that, but I just don't like it myself personally. But I can cook up a nice roast and I can have it there for cold meat in the fridge, just to have it as a snack. But my eating habits have changed a lot. In the beginning, I was sort of looking for something as a snack, so I went for pork crackling. Now, not everybody can do that either. I found that when I changed from just a cheaper butter to a really good organic butter, that I could actually just go and take a slice of butter and eat it. It was like cheesecake to me, and I'm not a big cheesecake eater, but that's how it felt. But anyway, what I'm sort of saying is that people say it can be expensive to go over to carnivore because meat is expensive. But you know what is expensive? Buying vegetables and throwing them out after a couple of days because they went off, or the broccoli went yellow, or the zucchinis went soft. Same with cucumbers, tomatoes, you name it. How often do we throw stuff out because it just doesn't last? Not like years ago. You could keep that stuff in the crisper or even out on your bench, and that would last for years. Not years, but last for a couple of weeks. Sorry. Um, anyway, again, I'm saying that it's not expensive because you're not buying all the tin food. I don't eat any pasta. I don't eat any rice. I don't cook with seed oils. I only cook with ghee or butter. I am a quite a, I would say, strict carnivore. However, I do allow those things. So I still have a coffee, and I have full cream milk full cream in my coffee, not no milk. Okay, I eat eggs, which is supposed to be very, very good for you. And the more I research and look into that, I'm actually seeing that they can be far greater benefit to your body than what a lot of people like to have you believe. So anyway, like I said, it's not an expensive way of eating. You just have to look at it and be ready to say, you know what, I, I don't need these things in my life. The biggest part of life and part of my life is sharing my story. I'm a published author. Narelle Walk On, Blonde Roots is the name of my book. I have lived through and come through sexual, physical, and mental abuse. I am here because I have a purpose in life to be able to share my story with you. I'll take you over. I do have a Facebook page, but what I want to say is don't ever feel alone. This is a journey that can be taken by you, your whole family. But even if they don't, there's certain ways that they can include themselves into being a part of your life and your choices in life. Remember, this is your life, your one life, okay? Nobody else should be able to tell you what to do with your life or how to run it. Sharing and being a part of, you know, sharing and being a part of other people's journeys and understanding that other people have gone before you is really important. So I'm just going to throw over to my Facebook page just so you can see who I am. If you come across this, obviously it will be on YouTube, and YouTube is one of the places where you get a lot of your information. So if you are a part of my, sorry, there we go. If you are a part of my YouTube, then please take a look around, have a look at what can be a benefit to you. Like I said, there's many out there. Don't get overwhelmed with watching absolutely everything. The thing that you need to know is the basics. Okay, you start on ketovore if you feel that it's just too harsh for you to be able to go straight to carnivore. I went cold turkey. I just went over to carnivore because I was ready. And some of us are just ready. We've had enough. We want to do something different. We want to try something different. So this is my website. Sorry, not website, but Facebook page. So it's just starting off Carnivore Aussie style. I'm Narelle Walk On. I share a few things on here. You know, I've got a few different things with foods that I cook. And I don't mind sharing my foods. Yes, it's a broken egg. Oopsie. Cheese. I have a little bit of cheese sometimes. I do these up when I have steak and I put bacon and I do eggs and I put a little bit of cheese. Sometimes like a camembert and sometimes just a tasty cheese. Just to add a little bit of flavor, you know, like we all need a little bit of flavor and cheese is okay. Now, they do say like hard cheeses and stuff like that, but I say when you're easing yourself into something, you know, don't go hell bent on wiping absolutely everything out. There are a few people I've read about, you know, that they go strict straight away for 90 days because they want to lose weight by a certain time, or they want this or they want that. And some of the times you find that in any changes in our life, we can fail if we put that much pressure on ourselves. So this is my Facebook page, Carnivore Aussie Style. I am an Aussie girl, and also I do share some stuff. This is Dr. Chafee. He lives in Australia. There was a thingy come out about, you know, people calling him fake, not a proper doctor, but he actually is. So that's a nice one to sort of look at and watch there. We also go into, you know, just a little bit of information there. And also this movie, which is fantastic, The Health in America. Go and read it. Wherever you are in the world, you need to watch this movie because it really is very eye-opening for anybody in the world in the food that we eat. So that's a little bit about, you know, my Facebook page, Carnivore Aussie Style, and I'm Narelle Walk On. So have a look for that. If you want to know a little bit more about me, you can jump over to my website, narellewalkon.com, and that's where I am over there with blogs and about my book and where you can purchase my book as well. So please take a look. Please support my YouTube by going to Carnivore Aussie Style on YouTube. Please subscribe, please like, please share, please ring the bell for notifications. Now, we try coming to you every week. We had a little bit of a oopsie today with the way that, not us, but you know, the internet and things like that can play up. So, but we are here, and I want to share with you and thank you for being here. Like I said, it's really important that we share our stories, not just about carnivore, but in life in general. Somebody out there is waiting to hear your story because we all have a story, but not everyone will write a book. So remember that, you know, the more you share a little bit more about you, and it helps you to become stronger as well. So let me just see. Yes, so we all have challenges in life. I've been through many, and you do have it in you to be able to step up and make the changes you need to. I think the health of our country is really important. I think that we all need to start taking back the ways that, you know, ancestries lived. I think that, you know, the way that they ate. You might think, well, I buy organic vegetables, but I can tell you that there's no 100% guarantee on that. And I do have a few vegan friends, and they may find this intimidating for them. They might struggle with it. However, there are things in life that we try, and sometimes they work for us and sometimes they don't. So not everybody is tarred with the same brush. But I can tell you that since coming over to carnivore, it has certainly changed my life. I am much happier in a sense. I've lost a bit of weight. My insulin is going down. It should be only another couple of months and I should be off completely. I've got more energy. I sleep well. There's so many benefits to this. So please take a look. I thank you once more for joining me. If you're seeing me over on YouTube, please subscribe, and like it, share it out with anybody that you might know here in Australia or even in our surrounding islands of New Zealand, and the other islands around there. This is important information. Do your research. Come back to me if you have any questions or anything that you would like to know. I send you lots of love. Take care. Be kind to yourself. And I will see you again next week. Thank you. Bye.